meaning if they're not talking to you, they're talking to someone else, but they're talking. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, people are just dating their enemies. They're just dating people that they hate. Hey loves, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Benary Bello, and on this channel we talk about leveling up relationships and other interesting conversations like this one. So you do want to stay subscribed to this channel. We have a lot of fun here. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 things you shouldn't beg for in a relationship. Number 1, attention. I honestly don't understand those who beg for attention in relationships, because I'm like, if you're not getting attention from your partner, then what are you doing? Like, what are you doing there if you don't have attention? What's the relationship itself if it's not attention? Like, you're not paying attention to me, then who are you paying attention to? Attention should naturally come when someone is interested in you. You don't have to beg for it and ask for it, demand for it, manipulate your partner to pay attention to you. It just doesn't make sense if you'd have to start begging for the smallest thing. Attention is just the minimum. That's what the partner should actually give you in a relationship. I don't know, I don't understand it. If your partner starts not giving you attention, just know that something is wrong, because that's the fundamental thing, that's the basic thing, that's the barest minimum. Pay attention to me as your partner. Simple. Number 2, communication. This is something that's lacking in so many relationships, and I honestly don't understand how you're going to partner with someone, or you call someone your partner and you're not communicating with that person. If you're not talking to me, then you're talking to someone else, or you just don't care. It's either of those two. You either don't care or you're talking to someone else. I've been seeing some posts on TikTok of people saying that if the communication is reducing on your side, then it's increasing on another side. Meaning if they're not talking to you, they're talking to someone else, but they're talking. Communication is very important and very vital. Communication is very important and very vital in a relationship, because even sometimes the quarrels and the unnecessary sentiments that we get within couples is usually because they're not talking to each other as much as they should. They're not communicating well. Sometimes I read questions that people send to me, my partner this, my partner that, and I'm like, have you talked to them? And they're like, no, I can't talk to them. They'll be angry, or I don't know how they're going to react. It just doesn't make sense. This is the first person you're supposed to talk to when you have a problem with them. You don't have a problem with me. Why are you telling me? Go and talk to your partner. The only time you should be looking for a third party is if you've sat your partner down, communicated with them, and it's not working, or they're not listening, or they're not seeing your angle, and probably you need advice on what to do next. Now that makes sense. You should get somebody to talk to advise you, somebody you trust, like I said, not just some random people anywhere. And when it comes to communication, some partners just don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate. I'm trying to look for the words to explain what I mean. They just don't know how to sit you down and talk to you. And that's why, for me, I honestly don't think that I could just start dating somebody that I met 2 weeks ago and I'm in a relationship with you. No, I would like to build a friendship where everybody is comfortable telling each other things, where you're comfortable telling me about your insecurities, where you're comfortable just being yourself. And I think it's easier that way when you build friendship and you get to understand that this person has got your back. Because why can't I tell my partner about my problems? Like, your partner you should get to a point with your partner where they're like a part of you and you're a part of them, if that makes sense. You guys are so intertwined and it's like you're one. There is no way you can't tell this person something. It's like not telling yourself something. And there are just some partners that are not emotionally available. They're not emotionally available. They're not going to communicate with you because they don't want to be vulnerable. They're just so closed up and locked up. And if you have a partner like that, I'm sorry to say, but honestly, you have no business being in a relationship with them. They have no business being in a relationship with anybody. You cannot be emotionally unavailable and be trying to date and be trying to have a partner and be trying to connect with another person. How would you connect with somebody if you're closed up? Number 3, care. I feel this point is very self-explanatory, because what are you doing with a partner that don't care about you? Are you dating your enemy? basic care is necessary and loving care is important. How will I be sick and you're not running head and scatter? How will I be sad and you're not feeling it? You're happy and you're giggling. I'm not saying that when I'm sad, you're sad, but yes, actually, when I'm sad, you're sad. But that's not actually what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to kill your spirit, but I'm saying that how will I be going through stuff and you don't care and you're just moving on with your life like nothing is happening? Dude, I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. Like, if I'm feeling stuff, you're feeling that stuff with me. We're feeling it. If you're happy, I'm happy. I don't know, but for me, if my partner is going through stuff and they're not happy, I'm not happy. I'm gonna try to cheer them up as much as I can so that everybody can be happy and move on, because I know that your countenance or the way you feel affects the way I feel. It's a together thing. You're supposed to be intertwined on some level. So I'm not getting how I am going through stuff, I'm going through pain, and you're okay. Or I'm going through stuff, I'm going through pain, and you're waiting for me to get up and cook, and you're like, why have you not cooked? And I'm like, I'm sorry, my stomach hurts, stuff like that. And you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, I'm waiting for my food. What? I feel like some things are just basic things, and sometimes in relationship I see so many people doing the whole role thing. Like, if it's you that must cook, it's you that must bring the money, and I'm not often understanding, because I feel like in relationships everybody brings in 100%. The man brings in 100%, and I bring in 100% of myself, my care, my love, my respect, my emotions, everything to make the relationship work. So even if I'm the one that's always supposed to cook, right, and I'm sick, like, step up and help. If you're going through financial stuff and you can't pay house rent and you can't pay school fees, and I have the money, I'm definitely gonna step up. Like, it's not a race, it's not a competition. We're a team here, we're partners. So I honestly don't understand how some people would say certain things and be like, I'm going through stuff and I asked my wife to help me pay for something and she refused and she has the money. Like, how can you watch your partner go through financial stress and then you're fine? That's supposed to affect you. How can you watch your partner be in pain and you still want her to cook? Sometimes I feel like we need to see ourselves first as human beings before as people in a relationship playing roles. Because if I have a girl staying with me, like my best friend, she's staying with me and she's sick, I'm not gonna expect her to cook, even if she's supposed to cook. And guys too would do that for each other. So I don't understand why, when it comes to people's wives, they're just different. Like, do you hate your partner? Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, people are just dating their enemies. They're just dating people that they hate. They're just dating people that don't like them, because these are fundamental things that you do for people that you care about, normal people that you care about, your friends that you care about. So I honestly don't understand when certain things are just happening in relationships and the care is not there, the love is not there, the affection is not there. It's just pure hate, wickedness, and manipulation. So if you're begging for care in a relationship, I don't see what you're doing there. Number 4, respect. You know, there's this thing, especially in Africa, where people believe that respect is only needed by the man. The man is the only person that needs respect and the woman needs to be disrespected. Because, yeah, if you're saying that only the man needs respect, then you're indirectly saying that the woman don't need respect. She needs disrespect. She needs to be disrespected. She deserves to be disrespected. It doesn't make sense. Partners both have to respect each other. They have to respect their emotions. They have to respect boundaries. They have to respect their feelings. You just have to respect each other. You have to respect each other's opinions. Both opinions has to carry weight. And there is this thing that always happens where people feel like, where the men feel like because they're bringing in the money, they have the upper hand when it comes to decision making. Don't get me wrong. I believe that there is the head of a family, right? And I believe that the men are the head of the family because men are arguably more emotionally stable. Emotionally stable, maybe that's not the word. Men are more logical and they know how to put their feelings aside and attack situations based on facts and also based on circumstance, right? They know how to, somebody can offend them today and when it comes to probably decision making, if they should fire the person, they're not looking at what the person did to them last week. They are considering if the person is fit for the position before they fire the person. Not for women. Most women will just fire you because you offended them last week. They don't care, like their heart, that emotion, they will use it to attack you. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like men are more stable when it comes to decision making and all that. And also they have more strength and some other qualities. This video is not about that, but I just feel like the man actually should be the head of the family. Someone has to lead, like, and also a man being the head of the family doesn't mean that the woman has no say at all. This is your partner. And like I said, this topic is very extensive, but it feels like if I say one thing and I don't say the other, I might mislead somebody, or you might not understand me and I might be misquoted, okay? I don't want to be misunderstood, so I'm going to explain further. So when I'm talking about somebody being the head of the family and all, I'm not saying that the other person shouldn't also lead. And there's one thing I noticed about my parents and their relationship. Like, my dad would step down in certain areas because it feels like my mom can handle it better. As a man, because you're a man doesn't mean that you have the answers to everything. Doesn't mean that you can do everything. Doesn't mean that you're an expert in everything. As a woman, doesn't mean that you're expert in everything. You're always right. You know everything. You can't know everything. That's why you're partners. That's why when the other person is weak, the other person should be strong. And when the other person is strong, the other person might be weak. So when you see that, oh, this is the strength of my wife, you let her lead when it comes to that. And when you see that, oh, I'm weak in this thing, you let the other person lead in that aspect. So at the end of the day, it's just partnership and understanding that it's not a competition, it's not a race. This is a team, and we're trying to build together, and we're trying to get to a point, and we want the best for each other. When we want the best for our relationship, we want the best for our family. So I honestly don't understand when partners are fighting for certain things. They're fighting for this, they're fighting. Why are you fighting? You're on the same team. You can't be fighting yourself. Number 5 and the final point is you shouldn't be begging to be in your partner's world. Now, your partner's world consists of his friends, the things he likes to do, you know, and his family, different things, everything that make him, you know, his likes, his dislikes, the people he associates with, his friends, his colleagues, his family. You shouldn't be begging to be in their world. These are things that should come naturally. It should just introduce you to his family. Maybe not everybody at the beginning, like introduce you to his friends. His friends should know you, because if this person is in love with you and this person likes you and your relationship with this person and they really love you, naturally they'll talk about you. Like, they'll just talk about you randomly. Even if they don't even want to talk about you to their friends, they're just gonna talk about you because they're so happy and they just want to talk about you. I don't know how to explain, but that's what happens when you're in love with somebody. You just want to talk about them to your friends. Oh, my girl did this. Oh, my man did this. Oh, my girl did that. Oh, my... You're just gonna talk about your man. You're just gonna talk about your man when you like him. You're just gonna be proud of him. You're just gonna express yourself. So fighting to be introduced to your partner's brother, or fighting to be introduced to your partner's friend, fighting to be it doesn't make sense. So we've come to the end of this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned a thing or two. If there's any other thing that you think you shouldn't be fighting for in a relationship, let us know in the comment section so other people can read and learn. And if you have an argument and you feel like some of the things that I mentioned are not as important as I say they are, let us know and let's know your reason. So thanks for watching this video. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do. What are you waiting for? Especially if you watch to the end. What are you waiting for? You obviously enjoyed this video. So before you go, don't forget to stay safe, not stupid. You are enough, and God has given you everything you need to succeed. Bye.